What's happening, YouTube? Gonna look at a couple of things today. First, this is a 1992 Ibanez Radius 442R. It's decked out with some upgrades. You know, one of the things we're going to look at today, in fact, is this pickup is a Dimarzio Dominion. It's the Mark Morton signature pickup. That's the one of the guitar players in the band Lamb of God. This pickup is really, really good. I was very surprised at how much bark it has. That's the first thing we're going to look at. The second thing we're going to look at is this strap. This is a Lockit strap. You can see here, Lockit. And it's a very interesting product. It works really well. It has this little device on it where when you slide it up and down, you'll see inside there's a plastic thing that comes down and locks onto your guitar. And it's spring-loaded, I guess. It's probably an elastic band in there. Don't know how long they last as far as, you know, how durable those elastic bands are that are holding it in. If it's even an elastic band, I don't know how it's made. But it's a great strap. Once it's on, you can't get it off the guitar without pulling this little device up. And then you can pull it right off, and it comes off the strap. And then you can put it right back on. And while you're putting it on, you have to hold that little knob in the up position. Then you can release it, and you'll see that plastic piece come down and slide right on top. So this is a Lockit strap. They're really cool. I think I paid 24 bucks for it off of Sweetwater. Excellent strap. I recommend them. The only thing that I don't like about them is how rigid this is. So if I take the guitar off, my strap has a boner. That thing is, it's out there. It doesn't ever wrap, which can be a problem if you have like a flying V or something like that, where this bottom part has to wrap and bend around the guitar. It's a little too rigid. I mean, it can do it. You can see that you can pull it, right, and it'll work, but it's pretty rigid. So I don't know if I'd recommend it for that kind of a guitar, but for your standard, you know, front and back strap buttons, highly recommend it. The straps are made out of nylon webbing. You can get them in different materials, I think, like a cotton as well. I happen to get the nylon one. And I like this strap so much, I bought another one for my blue Ibanez that I just demoed a little while ago. I got rid of the Dimarzio strap that was on there, and I put one of these on, and I'm much happier with it. But back to the pickup. This is a Dimarzio Dominion, and it sounds killer. Very good sounding for leads, very good sounding for rhythms, especially for rhythms, I think, because it has a certain percussiveness to it when you... It really cuts, and it has a good percussiveness to it, so you can really hear each individual note as it's being picked. It's not very muddy. None of the notes kind of, you know, blend into the next. It has a really good separation between the notes. So I highly recommend this pickup. I just got this guitar, actually. It's been a dream guitar of mine to have an old 90s Ibanez Radius because they're sexy. They have that body shape. You can see that it tapers. It's thinner on this side and then fatter over here. And the whole body is round. There's no angles on this thing anywhere. It's very sexy, very sleek. It's extremely comfortable to hold, extremely comfortable to play. Probably the most comfortable guitar I've ever owned. And there's a reason that Joe Satriani decided to put his name on these guitars. The 442 model, this one's more aimed at the Strat crowd because it's got a vintage style tremolo on it with no locking nut at the top, so it's just got a regular nut at the top. I happened to have put locking tuners on it. It came with locking tuners, but they were the type where there's a screw at the top that you got to tighten here, and I can't stand those things. They're just a pain in the butt to use. So I put these Planet Waves auto trim locking tuners on here, which are the bomb. All you got to do is feed the string through with a little tension, lock it in, and then start turning it, and it trims the ends off for you. It's the most maintenance-free tuner there is, in my opinion. I really love them. I'll probably end up getting some of these for some of my other guitars too, just because of how easy they are to use, and they stay in tune really well. So back to the pickup. It really cuts through, like I said, but it's also very dynamic. If I turn it down a little bit, and I've done this with a couple of the different pickups that I've demoed on YouTube, when you can tell a quality pickup when it does this, whereas if you just turn it down a little bit, you can clean it up. And if you pick dynamically, you can change the gain. I'm going to turn it all the way up, right? So you get that full shred. But if I pick it gently, I still can... It's a really good pickup. It's very dynamic. I like it a lot. Dimarzio makes great pickups. I typically like Seymour Duncan's. I think I've said this before, for their warmth in a live situation. But I might be changing my mind on that, because when I play this through a big amp, it cuts. And you can hear the guitar very, very clearly. Not that I can't with my Seymour Duncan's, but I'm starting to lean more towards these Dimarzios, man. They really, really rock. They're good for the heavier tones. I dig it a lot. But yeah, that's it. This is the Dominion Dimarzio pickup, the Lockit Strap. As usual, I'm using my Planet Waves Nile Pro picks. I love them. Got the Planet Waves auto trim up there, and this is a 1992 Ibanez 442R. It's a radius model. It's just before Joe Satriani put his name on this model, and it became the Joe Satriani model. I love these things. I've always wanted one, and I know why, because they play so good. They're extremely comfortable. If you can find one in the wild, buy it, dude, because it won't steer you wrong. I love it. So yeah, Dimarzio Dominion. Dig on them, dude. They're really good. Peace out.